Welcome to the Wednesday weekly team prosperity meeting. We're going to go into appointment funnels today for a business like ours. That's the lifeblood, the leads that lead to the appointments that lead to outcomes. So how do we generate enough appointments per day, per week, whatever cycle you're looking at, to get us the outcomes that we're looking for? You know, sometimes it can feel overwhelming as an entrepreneur. So what you have to realize is there's a light there and you have to work towards that light. And whether you're working as a manager, a marketer, an educator, you just have to continue to get better at what you do, because as you have people coming into your organization, as you start to build distribution, they're going to be counting on you. And if you can't give them the type of training, support, coaching, mentoring they need to be successful, they're not going to stick around very long. We are going to be developing some second half playbooks for you guys that are active. So if you are looking at the second half of the year, which can be a very dynamic part of the year in terms of August, September, October, those 3 months, you can make a year's worth of income really. So we're going to be working on second half playbooks. What does that mean? How do we approach the second half of the year in a way that's going to get us the type of results that we're looking for? That includes, we'll be running another 12-week year. We're going to wait and kind of get the timing of this into the second half of the year. We don't run these continuously because I want there to be breaks in between, and I want the 12-week year for the participants to be, you know, as dialed in as possible. So we'll have some more information on that as the time approaches. And then we're also going to have some internal training programs on social media, automation, more on the funnels. The better that you get at your business, the better those deposits start to look in your bank account. So last week, you guys, we talked about just bringing it back to basics. You know, back to basics means understanding the current environment, the solutions that you actually bring to the market, the opportunity that affords you as an entrepreneur, how to best capitalize, why someone would not find success here, and realizing that everything your business will end up being starts with you. So understand what to do. Sometimes we have to kind of break away and get back to the basics to understand there's a format, there's a guideline that we need to follow. If we start breaking that guideline, then we're going to have a negative impact on our business. So this week, we're really talking about the appointment funnels. You know, we've been working on these over the past, 18 months or so, and they work, guys. They get you a calendar appointments, they get you people to talk to, they get you interested parties. And for what you're doing on the front side, it's building rapport, trust, credibility, establishing an authoritative position that you know what you're talking about. This is something that if I was coming in and I had access to this, I would put some time, energy, resources into learning this, knowing that's going to be, like we talk about, the digital factory. And when you start organizing your thoughts and your actions around, hey, I have this digital factory, I have raw material coming in, have certain leads once they convert into the opt-in at different cycles of communication, just managing that pipeline and pushing those people through that pipeline to an end outcome is so very important, and it becomes repetitive and you become very good at what you do. Like I said, the business outcomes are going to be generated from, you know, the funnels, and the funnels are going to give you outcomes that are good, bad, sometimes maybe even ugly, but out of those outcomes, you're going to get the right people. You're going to get the people in your persona that you want to talk to, and those right people that want to help themselves, they'll understand what you're doing. They'll see the value. They'll continue the conversation. And some of those outcomes will be, you know, sales and continuing the conversation post sales into some additional streams of revenue and income for yourself as you learn more about that person and how you can help them further. So like I said, defining the outcomes, you don't want to get too caught up in one particular outcome. If something doesn't work out well, that's just a statistic, guys. And if you look at your business as, you know, you should, with the data and the numbers, you understand not everything's going to be a positive outcome. But as you work towards these and through these, you're going to understand and see the percentages start to, you know, be there so you can understand what they are, see what they are, and improve on those, because sometimes just a very, very slight increase on the front end can lead to a back end increase that's exponential. So the appointment funnel, that's what we do. That's what we're trying to accomplish here, is get somebody from a contact to a lead to an appointment, which in our case is an education meeting, and that's going to lead to outcomes. My advice to you is twofold. Learn this as an agent and then learn this as a manager. If you become good at doing this, as people come in, you're going to be, like I said, be able to train, support, coach, mentor them. And you don't have people just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. We've got instant access to infrastructure that can go out and be placed in the marketplace and get results. So it's very, very important that you understand the process, learning as an agent and then learning as a manager. Because to create high performance sales teams, everybody's got to be systematic, of course, but we have to have something that creates leads. So if somebody's coming in and they want to, have paid marketing, that's fine. We have access to that. If they want to build their business organically, that's fine. Understand there's a price to pay. So if we're not doing paid marketing, it's going to come from the sweat equity. Fortunately for us, the sweat equity is not that hard with the infrastructure that we have access to. One of the things that we have to understand is, there's lots of things out there with landing pages. Put your contact information in, it goes, that's the end of it. Somebody might or might not get back to you. We understand the statistics of sales. Almost 50% or half of the salespeople don't even follow up the first time. So what we want to do is make sure to take some of that follow-up burden off of the agent and embed it into the funnel. So you can see here that a visual, that landing page, that's a straight line, A to B, and it's done. Funnel is a complete ecosystem. You've got all types of things going on inside the funnel. And from an organizational standpoint, a marketing standpoint, a follow-up standpoint, a sales standpoint, the funnel is going to give you everything that you need if you work it correctly. So the marketing funnel really, guys, is just going to take, somebody, and it's going to take them through either a point they drop off or to an endpoint. That's attention, interest, desire, and action. We are obsessed with next action steps. If somebody's not willing to take the next action step, that's a disqualifier for us. And really, like I said, you have to know your numbers. So you look at three things in the funnel, really. Number one, you look at traffic to the particular page that you're sending people to. How much traffic is going to those pages? We have the statistics on that anytime you want to see that. And then two other conversions. Out of that traffic, how many of those people actually opt in, take the guides, whatever it is that we're offering, and become leads? And then secondarily, out of those people who opt in for leads, our other conversion that we really look at is book meetings. So the traffic, what percentage turns into leads? And out of the leads, what percentage turns into education meetings? We know for a fact, 100%, those education meetings are going to lead to revenue, income, growth in clients, partners, everything that you guys are looking for. So that lead magnet is very, very, very important, because if it's not something that somebody finds valuable, or if you're putting something out in the marketplace that doesn't have value, maybe you're offering something, but it's not really, it's kind of flimsy, to use a word, that's going to hurt. And so you want to make sure that the value that you're bringing to the marketplace, that as somebody opts in and grabs that guide and they look at it, they're impressed with it. Because if they're not impressed, they're going to leave your funnel pretty immediately. Stop, unsubscribe, not interested. But if you provide value and you use high tech and high touch, meaning using the technology and then making sure they understand there's a person behind that, things will work out well for you. And it's really as good, or you have to get as good as you possibly can at just your approach and your language. So as I'm in the marketplace and as you're in the marketplace, you're identifying people as X, agents, homeowners, whatever there is, whatever they are. And then you're offering them Y to help them. Remember, it's not pitching, selling, recruiting. It's, hey, you're an agent, you're a homeowner. Here's a guide to help you pay off your home in as little as 5 to 7 years without changing your loan, lifestyle, or budget. Free how-to guide. Or like the agent, you want to sell more insurance, make more money, there's a smart strategies guide to show you exactly some ideas on how to do that. And then from that point, guys, that lead, or that opt-in, that lead magnet, it's going to educate the customer. It's going to prep them for some additional education, because once we take that guide and that's been given and they start to look at it, now we come in and say, okay, you've got the guide. Let's move to some free education so we can expand on some of those strategies. We can teach you exactly more on what you're wanting to learn, whatever that is. So you have to understand that the magnet itself has value and the education meetings have value. The combination of both those things together is going to create the outcomes for you. So those lead magnets, as you attract people, understand you want to attract the right types of people. So you have a persona, and we always talk about that. So you want to offer that lead magnet to your persona, not just widely throw it out to the whole entire world, because you're going to get a lot of opt-ins and reaction from people that aren't in your persona. Maybe people you can't help, maybe people you work with well, whatever it might be. Just throwing the lead magnets out there all over the place doesn't work. Once again, dial it into a persona, get in front of that persona with language that makes sense, and make sure that they understand that you're here to help them. And once they opt in, there's going to be some things that are going to be happening. Number one, you've got a database. I see the agents all the time. They have spreadsheets here, this over there. It's a central location that you can keep all your data, but it also starts to do a few things for us. Number one, when they opt in, there's additional pages behind there, which means additional information, additional opportunities to get more information from what's probably going to end up being an education meeting. There's surveys, forms, there's calendar access. Once again, they don't have to go through the entirety. They can drop off. But if they do go through the entirety, you just automated everything from a lead opt-in to a survey fill to a calendar form fill requesting that meeting. And then also when they opt in, don't forget, kind of like a start button is being pushed on a couple of things. Number one, they've got campaigns, marketing campaigns that go through voice drops, text, emails, encouraging them basically to do one of two things. Drop out, I don't want any more information from you, or go through the entirety of the process and book that education meeting. We also have, for contacts that aren't leads yet, we also have some campaigns, outreach campaigns, encouraging them to either make contact or grab the guide. And then also outside of those campaigns are the virtual triggers. And that stuff's just going to help you guys. It's like having a virtual assistant there. Hey, if this person does this, system's going to do this for you. The combination of both of those things aids your agents in follow-up and aids them in organization as well. Remember, those campaigns they're automated, they're multiple attempts, they're through multiple channels, and they're designed, like I said, really designed to drive calendar appointments, but also designed to drive the people who don't want to schedule the calendar appointment off of the campaign. And like we talked about, there's three ways that the campaign is going to try to reach people. You've got emails going out, you got two-way text messages going out, you got ringless voicemail drops going out. Once again, trying to get in front of that lead in their preferred method of communication so they can receive it in that preferred method, also respond back in that preferred method as well. And then the triggers. This is something that we continually build out as we find more things that will help you guys in your business. We'll add those, but essentially it's cause and effect. And when you look at this, it could be that if something happens, we want multiple things to happen through the system. For example, if somebody books a meeting, we've got a confirmation, we've got appointment reminders go out, we've got notifications to the agent. So it's not just a linear cause and effect. It can be one cause initiates many effects in your system. And this is designed through automation to really help you guys push people through the pipeline. Now, if you rely 100% on automation, what you're going to find is that it gets stale. People realize it's not a real person, it's bots going out. So you have to combine, like I said, the high technology with the high touch. They've got to make sure they understand there's a person behind all this that's, basically quote unquote on their team, looking to help them, looking to provide more value. Like I said, basically the triggers, guys, if this happens, do this. If the client or the lead on one side does this, system's going to do this for a lot of the routine activity. And like I said, there's a whole, slew of triggers in there, from the opt-in to the campaign replies, to the survey completion, book meetings, cancel meetings, no shows, unsubscribe, stop request. Everything that you see right here in this circular wheel is a trigger in the system. So all of this stuff is going to help you guys, not have to do some of that menial activity, manual input. And it's designed really to help you guys, if you're not spending time on that, spend time on income producing activities. Remember, that giveaway is one of the most important things that you can get good at doing. And when I say that, it's really important because that's what's going to lead to your meetings. And like I said, the education meetings lead to everything that you're looking for, sales, revenue, income growth, partner growth, client growth. But in order to get here, we've got to be on point at the very start. And that means learning the art of starting the conversation. Once again, identifying our personas, finding out where our personas normally hang out online or otherwise, and coming with a message to that persona that makes sense. Quick, to the point, you're X, here's why. It's going to help you do this, that, or the other. You got to think outside the box. So as we develop this stuff, and as you think even internally within the company, if you're trying to get, a competitive advantage internally, start to think outside the box, use the technology, and really get dialed in, like we talk about, to certain personas and dominate those personas. Because as you do that, and as you have business growth, you're going to get the diversification from the natural order of your build out. As you have partners coming in, they got different markets, they've got different personas, but for you specifically, hone in on a couple personas, dominate that niche market, and build your business through value propositions on the front side. That gives you a position of power in the conversation, and then use those funnels with your manual input to get the book meetings. Remember, the art of conversation is not me. It's all about them. Hey, let me help you, or let me show you how to do this, that, or the other. What are you doing? This can help you. Who are you? This can help you. So remember, it's all about them. You're trying to help them and make sure they understand on the front side. That's the basis of the conversation. If you have not been really active with the funnel system, people who are active in it will tell you it works. It gets booked appointments, it gets revenue, it gets income, it gets all the things that you guys are looking for. But you have to go out, and even though the funnel is in place and there's automation, you got to test it. What's working, what's not working. And we are always open for suggestions on our side. If you get in there and you see something needs to be added, something needs to be edited, just let us know. But above all, guys, like we always talk about, no matter what you're doing, no matter what markets you're in, what type of marketing material you're using, it's all about the commitment. And if you're not committed to something, if you're going to actively market for a number of days and then, kind of tune out for a number of days, you're going to find, like we talked about earlier, the rotation of people going in that funnel. If you don't get in front of them with some personal touch, it's going to become stale very quick, and they're going to start to drop off by the masses. That's really all we've got this week, guys. I just wanted to go back through. We've got some new people coming in that, are going to be accessing these funnels. For you guys that are in, that have access to the funnels and aren't using them, you're missing out on revenue. If you don't have funnels, talk to us, and we'll get some going for you.